I'm Daniel Willson with HackCville Media, and today we're sitting down with Rob Daley, the founder and CEO of 4Moms. Rob, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cool. I just wanted to start off, do you think you could briefly describe kind of what 4Moms is and what the kind of products that you guys create?
Sure. 4Moms makes high-tech baby gear. So we actually apply robotics technology to the baby products industry, and we make products that are used in the care of kids under the age of 5.
Awesome. So how did, I don't know, were you in school when you thought about doing something like this, or how did the idea come about?
Yeah, no, this is a way after school kind of project, and not in an ABC Media kind of way. But I came out of McIntyre and did an investment banking, venture capital, private equity thing for a while, and just got to a point where I wanted to do something entrepreneurial. And got together with what had turned into a good friend of mine, a guy named Henry Thorne, who was a classically trained technologist and a closet business guy. And I'm kind of the opposite of those. And we wanted to go out and build a big business, and this is what it turned to.
Wow. So I guess, how long have you been in business now? And I guess what's the thing that's exciting you the most about your work day to day?
Yeah. So we started 4Moms in 2005, which is kind of hard for me to get my head around, to be honest. So it's been almost 9 years. We've been shipping product for about 7 years. So in terms of kind of a consumer brand, we're 7 years old. Revenue last year was just over $30 million, up from 16, up from 6, up from 3. So our 5-year growth rate is about 128% per year. The team's about 190 people so far. 2014 is going to be another very strong year of growth for us. So we've got a massive amount of momentum. And so, it's exciting to, just be trying to reinvent the business on a, kind of literally every 6 to 9 months in order to keep up with the growth and keep trying to drive the business forward.
So if you look back at your time here at UVA, were there any particular skills, classes, or things here that you felt have kind of helped you in your success with 4Moms?
Yeah, I think that if I think about what I studied when I was here at McIntyre, I did a huge amount of work in the finance space, and that led to a career in investment banking and then private equity. And certainly as an entrepreneur, understanding how the finance markets work and how investors make those decisions is really important, because you wind up raising money, and knowing how those folks work and think is really useful. If I had a magic wand, I definitely would have spent more time studying marketing than I did, because it wasn't a skill set that I really understood or valued when I was a student. And the reality is that until you're selling, you're not a business, you're a science experiment, and you can't really sell unless you're marketing.
Sure. So I guess along that vein, is there something that you wish that you had here at UVA, an opportunity maybe, or classes in marketing, or something that you wish you had available to you at UVA that would have helped you better prepare for where you are?
Well, a lot of it was really my own damn fault, right? Which is that I wasn't focused on some of those classes and those skill sets like marketing. Not to kind of talk about the good old days, or the old days in any case, but McIntyre's changed a lot since I graduated in '92, and the whole existence of entrepreneurship as a field of study didn't exist. And so I think there are a lot of opportunities for today's students that didn't exist when I was a student, and I think that's really compelling.
For student entrepreneurs, people who are here at UVA now that are studying to, here in the comm school or in other departments at UVA, do you have, I guess, a piece or two of advice or things that you'd pass on to them, better ways that they could take advantage of their time here?
Sure. Well, I think that just generally, when you're considering the area of entrepreneurship, it is massively rewarding. I am so happy that I made the leap to be an entrepreneur. It's a really fantastic thing to do with your life. My partner Henry and I go to a very consistent mantra, particularly in the early days, which is that it's never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think. And you'll hit a couple of weeks where all of a sudden everything's falling your way and everyone loves what you're doing and you get really excited. And it's really important to take a step back and say, it seems really great, but it's probably not as great as you think. And most inevitably, you wind up hitting a period of time where all of a sudden everything's going wrong. And it gives you the freedom to step back and say, you know what, it's probably not as bad as you think. And being an entrepreneur is a massive roller coaster of highs and lows of emotion. And if you let yourself ride to the peaks and the valleys, it's going to be too painful to get through. You got to find a way to keep yourself emotionally in that middle ground.
Sure. So I guess after all of that, what keeps you getting up in the morning and excited to go to work?
Yeah, I love building a business. I love getting to go out and change the world that's around us. We talk at For Moms that many people live lives where they go about the world and it is unaffected by what they do or what they choose. And we've taken For Moms from an idea that started literally at a lunch table at a seafood restaurant in downtown Pittsburgh to a business today that has almost 190 employees, an office in Hong Kong with 10 folks, products that ship to 52 countries around the world. There are 500,000 families that are having babies this year that are going to take our products into their homes to care for their new children. And our expectation is that within the next, let's call it, within the next 5 years, the business should be 12 times the size that it is today. And the responsibility to figure out kind of how to make that happen rests solely with us. And if we do our jobs, then great things will happen. And if we don't, then things are going to go awry. And kind of some people, I guess, might be intimidated by that. They might like to live in a world that doesn't have quite so much potential validity. But I think folks that are really, really entrepreneurial look at the opportunity of getting to do something like that and say, I'd way rather try and fail than not try.
It's a great way to end it. Rob, thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.